Okay, so today I had my final doctor's appointment with the pulmonologist. Wow, I really need to mow this lawn. My grass is like wicked tall right now. Anyway, I had my final doctor's appointment with him. He says everything looks okay with my lungs. So they scheduled me for a CAT scan, I think December 23rd, and then a pulmonary function test on the same day. Pulmonary function test tests my breathing. I did one before I went into surgery, about a week before I went into surgery. And that kind of gives them a baseline to see how well my breathing is. So now I need another one because, they took the top 1/3 of my left lung out. So if I'm a little out of breath talking, I'm trying not to use oxygen if I can help it. Oh, there's a squirrel. You can see him. Yeah, you can't see him. Because the more that I go without oxygen, the stronger my lungs get. So I'm trying to avoid using oxygen. Sometimes I can't. Sometimes I just get so out of breath that I have to use it. But I'm using it less and less. So here is a pear tree. I don't know what's going on with the tree this year. This thing was loaded with pears last year. You can see some pears, but I mean, there's hardly anything on these things. They're all falling off already. I don't know what that's from. Here's an apple tree that we got some apples off of, and here's another apple tree that's pretty much dead. I was going to cut this down, but because my wife saw a couple sprigs out there, she goes, "Oh, don't cut it down, it's alive." And I'm like, it's not going to do anything. We're not going to get any apples off it. We were getting apples off this, and we're getting pears. This is another pear tree. You can see, some of the pears are pretty decent size. I don't know why they're already falling off the tree. We had way too much rain lately, and I think that kind of stunted the growth of stuff because I don't see any pears on this tree at all. And I think we just had way too much rain in July. And we didn't get any. So let's take a walk over this way. I forget what these are. This has got some kind of fruit on it. What is this tree? My wife planted these here. Oh, nectarine. So that's a nectarine. She's got a couple of those. These aren't anywhere near ready to produce. This might be one of these is female and one of the, this is a plum. So that's a plum tree. All right. So this is my fire pit. I gotta do some burning, but it looks like tomorrow I'll have to get out and mow the lawn out here. It's getting pretty high. So this is my barn. I actually had a shed put in. We'll go take a look at that. I was going to replace the whole side on this, but plywood is just so damn expensive right now. It's crazy what they want for plywood, but I might not have a choice but to get it. Oh, there's a rabbit. My dogs better not see that. They'll go after it. So here's a shed that I had put in a couple weeks ago now. They put it in. So this is a 10 by 10 by 12. Oh, I should have brought the key. Maybe I'll run back inside and get the key. But it's a pretty decent sized shed because we're going to take everything that's in the barn and put it in here temporarily while we do some work on that barn. So my wife's got 2 coops here. There's like a lot of chickens. I don't know how many chickens she's got, but there's a coop there. There's a coop there. Then we had this custom coop built a few years back. This is actually a double coop. You can see the outline here. We're actually going to have another coop. Things making a hell of a lot of noise. We're going to have another big coop here because there was a couple turkeys that were going to go in here. We're down to one. But that coop that the turkey's in really needs to be torn down and another one built. And if you come back here, there's actually another coop right there. So we've got a lot of coops. She's got to come out here and do something with this one, because these roosters are like assholes. So here's our garden. And again, we didn't get a whole lot of stuff out of the garden because of the rain. There was just so much rain that nothing ever had a chance to dry out. By now, we would have been flooded with stuff. And you can see the size of the tomatoes that are on this plant. I mean, we're already in, you know, close to the second week in August, and we would have had tons of stuff. These things are pretty cool. These are like berry. I forget what she called these. These are like berries. Like you peel this. Let me peel one. And you see inside there. Then you eat that berry. They're sweet. Yeah. Oh, here's one of the dogs who's not supposed to be in here. So here's some squash plants that are just flowered. There's nothing there. Again, because of all this rain we've had. I know she's got asparagus way over there. I think the tall things are asparagus. But I know we haven't got a whole lot. There's some more tomatoes there. Last year she had a ton of tomatoes. Yeah, my damn dog's getting in there, but yeah, we've got to clean everything out of out in here. I had stored a lot of stuff in here from like when I did storage lockers. I actually have another tractor in here. Well, a yard tractor, not a big tractor, but you can see everything that's in here. A lot of this stuff has to go. Like I've got to pull this one out because I got to take the carburetor off and put the carburetor in a what do you call it? A cleaner to clean the carburetor. And then there's my snowblower that I think I'm going to get rid of this. I haven't decided yet. And of course there's the rototiller that we use for the garden, my compressor, but you can see the inside of this is kind of, well, I mean, it's not bad, but it needs work. So a lot of this stuff is either going to go to the dump or it's going to go in the other shed. Let me go get the key and I'll show you what's in that other shed. Okay, so here's the inside of the new shed. I've already moved a couple things in here. Like I had this in the garage, but it's taking up too much space. But it's nice, it's got a loft up here to put stuff up. And here's the portable generator I had before. I had the whole house one put in. And here's a tip. If you want to buy something like a John Deere lawn tractor, don't buy it from Lowe's. Go to a regular John Deere dealer, which is where this one came from, because the ones that they sell at Lowe's are inferior. They're not made the same as the ones that you buy from the dealer. It's the same way on Black Friday. You know, you don't buy a TV on Black Friday from Sony, Samsung, LG, because they make TVs specifically for Black Friday. Same thing with these things. Don't buy a John Deere tractor from Lowe's or Home Depot because they're not made the same as the ones that get shipped to a dealer. They cost the same, but they use different parts, inferior parts in them. So tomorrow we'll have to get the tractor out and mow the lawns around here. All right, so don't, let me get out of here with these chickens are. There's another one of my dogs over there. We'll go up on the deck and sit for a minute. Actually, let's go take a look at the pond and see what the water level is out here. It was pretty low. I know last summer it was really low. The lowest that I've ever seen, I've been here 16 years, Oh, there's geese over here and a turkey. If you look over here, from all the way out over here was completely dry. You could see all the stumps in the water. It's not bad now, but there's some decent fish out there. I don't fish, but I know people that go out there and fish, because I own kind of out to those bushes way out there, and it kind of goes over that way to like a dam that goes underneath the road. So see if we can see the turkey or the geese in here. No, they're probably on the other side of that. All right, sorry, I had to sit here and kind of regain my breath. We didn't get out of that part of the property down there, which has a couple dams down there that we control. Floodgates, actually, is what you call them, that controls the level of the pond. Fish and Wildlife generally control those, although I think I own one of them at least. I don't really own the big one, but so don't forget to subscribe, because, you know, coming up, we got some stuff planned coming up. September, we have a Renaissance Fair in town. They didn't have it last year. We go because we get in free the first year, because we're residents of the town that they hold it in. So every year, the first year of that Renaissance Fair, if you live in my town, you get in free. I generally wouldn't go otherwise. It's like 35 bucks to get in, and you know, once you've been to one, they're all pretty much the same. High prices in there for food and liquor, but some of the shows are pretty cool. Also next door, well, actually all around in this area, is cranberry bogs. So October, they'll be harvesting cranberries. So I'll do some videos on that and harvesting. The cool ones use a helicopter to pick up the cranberry bundles. So I'll go around to some different bogs. My neighbor doesn't do his till generally late October to early November. It's usually the big bogs that do it first. They'll start at the beginning of October, and they'll do what they call dry picking, which means they pick them without machines, without flooding the bogs. And those are generally the white cranberries that they pick. And then they flood the bogs, and they use these kind of paddle machines that knock all the cranberries off, and then they put them in almost like the same things that they use for like oil spills. They put them out, and then they, like, you know, capture them in a corner. Then they have a truck that comes over with like a big vacuum on it that sucks them up and puts them in crates and everything. So we'll take a look at that, on how they do some cranberry harvesting. And I've got to find out which one. My neighbor next door doesn't use the helicopter, but I know there are a couple in town that do the helicopter. It's just a matter of hitting them at the right time so we can watch the helicopter come in. The helicopters do fly at, like, let me show you. They fly at like treetop level right up there when they're fertilizing next door. So they'll come and they'll come around here, they'll turn around and go back over that way. So it's pretty interesting. I don't know if I can get this right. Pretty interesting to watch that. So again, don't forget to subscribe. I want to thank all the current subscribers. That video on the death wobble is like still climbing. I'm still getting like 4,000 views a day on that. So if you've come over and subscribed from that video, thanks a lot. My pulmonologist said I should be able to ride in a month. He says my lungs should be sufficiently healed not to really pose a problem. So hopefully in another month we'll take a ride. We'll get the wife on her bike, and we'll take a ride around and check out what's around here. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.